Let's start by creating a empty C++ project. Name it console CAD or whatever suitable for you. View Solution Explorer, and as this is an empty project, there is no files. Let's add a file, C++ file. Name it main. It's a empty file. Let's start with void main. I prefer void main rather than int main. Now let's paste this code and try to understand. Here I have 2 points A and B. I'm trying to create a line by these 2 points, and then I am creating a drawing with this path, and then I'm adding these points and lines to this drawing, and finally I'm saving it. Now as I'm trying to compile, it will not compile and it will give me syntax error, okay, because obviously those points and lines drawings are not identified. So actually I have to implement those classes. So what I will do, I will add a header file. I could have done the same file, but I prefer to create a header file. Say, you can name it anything. For now, header is enough. And do one thing, include this header file here. Has include header.h. Okay. Now, whatever I want to implement, I can implement here. I want to create a class, say point. As soon as I create the point class, the error from this unidentified point gone, and now it is saying that it does not match the argument list. First of all, I have to make a constructor. Constructor is a class member function, okay, which has the same name as the class name. So this is the default constructor which does not take any parameter. But as we see, we are actually taking 3 parameters here. So I can say int or double, whatever you prefer. I'll say double for now. Double x comma double y comma double z. So it's compiled. Okay. Now if you try to build it, is access issue. Let's keep it on the below. It's problem with the accessing this constructor because it's private by default. So let me make it public. Now it will be some other problem. Now with this 3 parameter constructor, this line got compiled successfully, but this line is having issues because I have not passed yet. So I have two options. Either I can give another overload which just takes 2 parameters. With that I can do that and it will compile. Okay, but now as you see, normally I do whatever. So as I am solving problems from top to bottom, I can comment them. Okay, I can comment them, and at this stage if I build, these two line is building successfully. At least these two line build successfully. Now instead of creating these two overloaded constructor, I can achieve the same thing with the default constructor, sorry, with the default value for the jet. So it means I don't need two constructor, only one constructor with the last parameter with default value 0 is enough. Now if I try to uncomment this line, line class I have to implement actually to resolve this problem. Okay, but now I have to make a constructor for the line. I should make it public. Okay, and line constructor means a class member function with the same name, right? Now, as we see, it takes two parameter. And what is the data type of this parameter? Obviously, data type of them are point, because A is a point and B is a point. So it will take 2 point as input. So I know it's a start point and another point is actually end point. So as soon as you do that, it will compile. So you can check it. Yeah, build succeeded. Now I have to make the drawing class. Okay, so drawing class and its constructor will take a file name or file path, and the data will be string obviously, right? Because it is in quotation. So let's do that. Class drawing public, and I have to make a constructor and it will take a string, right? String file name. Now at this stage, string is not identified. So what I have to do, I have to include the string. It is still not identified, so I have to give use namespace std using, sorry, using using namespace std. If I try to build that at this stage, it is building successfully. Now I am trying to add the uh, point to the drawing. So what I will do, I'll simply create a function void add, which will take a point as input, right? Point p, and it will compile this, and as a and b both are points, it will compile this as well. But for this line, I have to overload this add method, which will be able to take line L. Okay, and then finally I have to write the save function. Save function is just a function which returns void because it does not return actually anything. It just save the drawing to the given path, right? That's it. And now you can actually compile this code. Now it's a blank implementation. If you run it, you will not get any output. Nothing is printed, neither any actual file is written, right? So in the next video, we'll be actually implementing this. Thank you.